In late 1854, two men named John Blakely and D.W. Trow settled at the base of a steep bluff on the north shore of the Mississippi River, just upstream from the boom town of Nininger, Minnesota. A small creek ran along the bottom of the bluff into a large marshy area known as Spring Lake, and here Blakely and Trow constructed a small dam to power a sawmill. The mill was up and running the following year, cutting logs that were floated downriver from St. Paul. When Blakely and Trow sold the mill in 1856, it marked the beginning of a tumultuous decade of changes in ownership and operation. By the time a New Yorker by the name of Lester McCarriel purchased the mill and an adjacent house in 1867, it had been converted to mill flour. McCarriel would operate the mill for almost 4 decades, living in the adjacent house with his daughter, Minnie. Minnie was an independent and well-educated woman who, among other pursuits, played tuba in an all-women's brass band that toured the United States for 5 years. After Lester McCarriel's death in 1912, Minnie took over her father's operation. She later married F.E. Lee and ran the mill with her husband until 1930, when the construction of Lock and Dam No. 2 in Hastings flooded the mill and brought the Mississippi River right to Minnie Lee's doorstep. Little pond here, right next to the river. As a little aside, the Lock and Dam significantly altered the river upstream, flooding out several islands whose inhabitants were forced to relocate and completely inundating Spring Lake until it became just a wide spot in the Mississippi. Interestingly enough, several of the land parcels that were flooded out still exist on modern property maps, even though they're in the middle of the river. Wow.
Those are essentially Jared put that photo there yesterday, so that wasn't something else.
Oh wow.
Yeah. It was dark last night, so we couldn't see in this river.
Oh hey, there's a giant spider.
That's small compared to the one I found yesterday. Oh, they're all over. This is a perfect little Medes place. The worst place for someone with arachnophobia.
Yeah.
Oh shit, what kind of mushrooms are those?
Crazy looking mushrooms up there. As for Minnie, after the death of her husband, she continued to live in the mill house, now sandwiched between the riverbank and Shar's Bluff, in the company of 28 goats, 12 dogs, turret, and dozens of pigeons. She was found dead in her home in 1944. After Minnie's death, the house was occupied by a number of owners until it was eventually purchased by the county in 2013. Park management plans indicate that the house may be converted into a sort of local history museum with interpretive displays about Minnie and other early settlers, though public access would not be easy at the base of the cliffs. For now, the house remains empty and securely boarded up. But surrounding the property, numerous outbuildings hint at its history. Garages and sheds full of tools and equipment, a giant saw blade, and a small boat bearing the name of the property's former owner. All fleeting glimpses of the place this once was. There's bits of broken glass underneath this board, so obviously a window had been broken at some point.
Here from the inside even, like it's shattered from the inside, that's weird.
Yeah, see?
Shirts and stuff. Screwdriver stabbed in the blue hole to hold up that holds up the spring. That's sketchy.
Evidently a lot of squirrels have been in here. A lot of walnuts.
Yeah. Never seen so many walnuts.
Butternut coffee. Yum.
Wish it was older. But I hate it.
Wow. 250 volt power output.
You need the top part of the shovel.
No, I noticed that now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look at this old hand torch spike. What was that? Bell? Oh.
Maybe this is a lumber. Because there's a bunch of timber over there.
That's true.
What do you think this device is? Is this for... Oh shit, when you put like a giant piece of timber in here to like feed to a saw?
Oh.
I think that's what it is.
Man, look at the mechanics inside that thing.
Oh, that's a cool piece of cast iron. It's just words.
Some old rubber belts for machinery.
Tree to kill it. Unless that's beaver, but it kind of looks like axe, doesn't it?
Yeah. It does look like a girdled tree.
But recently, because it's not, it's dead, but it doesn't look like it's been dead.
Seriously? Oh yeah. That's one hell of a saw blade.
Yeah, that's amazing. So yeah, that was a contraption for logs over there. There's still a log in it. Holy fuck. This is like the coolest shit. Oh man. Holy fuck.
So this thing is about 3 feet across, just to give you an idea of perspective. Like, this is a large blade. Look at those clamps too. Yeah.
Oh, cool. This is like a measuring unit.
Oh yeah.
Does so.
Lots of timber still here. You can see how close to the river we really are. Kind of looks like there's a life jacket. Bird nest.